So we got this sweet corn the other day at a roadside stand. We had bought some to have with dinner, and it was the sweetest sweet corn. So I decided we would go get some so that I could can some up. Hopefully it tastes as good as it did that day, but oh my gosh, it was such sweet, tender corn. It was very good. So anyway, so yesterday I made 10 quarts of corn chowder that I canned up, and today I'm just making canned corn with the rest of it. And dry freezing would be better, but I don't have a lot of freezer space, seeing as we've got a beef going to go in the freezer come in the fall. We don't have a lot of freezer space, so I can a lot of my vegetables and things that I can so that it frees up space in the freezer for the fresh beef that we're going to be bringing home. So I'm just kind of walking you through the process here. It's long and tedious, so I won't bore you with the whole thing, but I'll just show you a little glimpse of each step. So this step is cutting the corn off the ears. Chickens are going to love me today. So these are my hot jars I just took out of the dishwasher, and so I'm just going to start filling them with the corn, raw corn. And I'm not going to pack it down in there. I'm going to leave it loose. I'm not going to quite fill it all the way to the top, because they sometimes tend to swell up and then you end up with no liquid in your corn. So I'm trying not to end up with that happening this time. So, oh, those little corn hairs. So I've got my first canner first canner full in. Yeah, that was too full. And that one's started in the pressure canner, and they have to go 55 minutes in the pressure canner at 10 pounds per pressure. So for pints, I'm making all of these into pints. It's just generally Alan and I, so we don't really need more than this corn per meal. So a lot of times I make like a white gravy, and I kind of saute the corn in some butter. And when I open the jar, I drain it. Well, I boil it first. I boil it 10 minutes first, and then I drain it, and then I make like a white gravy, a little bit of white gravy, and then I put the corn into it, and make it kind of peppery and a little bit of onion maybe in it, and depending on what I have in the house to make. And I'm telling you, my grandkids absolutely love that. We call it creamed corn, which is not really creamed corn as most people think it is, but that's what we call it here, and we really like that a lot. So they always want me to make it for Thanksgiving. I'm like, it's not a Thanksgiving food. Oh, I guess I'm a little low on that one. Let's see what you got. Oh. Starting to run low, so I've got 9 pints in the canner right now, so I'll be able to fit 9 in the next time too. And sometimes I can get 10 in there depending on the shape of the jars I'm using, but good. Looks like it's going to work out just about right. I started. So now I'm going to put in, each pint, I'm going to put in a half a teaspoon of salt. Helps preserve it a little bit and just enhances the flavor just a little. And it's not that much salt that you're going to taste salty at all. You won't even taste the salt in it. So, and I'm waiting for my water to boil over there on the stove. Then I'll fill these up with water, boiling water, before I put my lids on. So, but right now I'm going to wipe down my edges. Make sure there's no corn juice or corn pieces or corn silk or anything on the edge. So that when I put my lids on and my rings, I will have a good clean seal, and that will help ensure that my jars seal. Just adjusting the temperature on my pressure canner. It just started rocking, and so I had to turn down the temp just a little bit so that it doesn't rock too fast, and set my timer for 55 minutes. So now I'm going to fill my jars with hot water up to my, leaving about a half or an inch of headspace. So I don't know if you can hear that in the back, the little that is the tabber on the pressure canner. Alright. Don't have enough. Oh, look at there. Oh, look at that. I sure do. Good, good, good. Now I'm just going to set my lids on and put my rings on. So I will start right here up in the front. So I've already gone through and wiped these off to make sure that the seal would, that the edge of my jar is clean, so that when my lids go on and start to seal, there's nothing blocking it from making a good seal. Oh gosh, the jar's hot. Come on now. There we go. Sometimes you can't get them on straight. Well, I got corn everywhere. I've been trying this year to do things a little differently and kind of making different things this year just to kind of change it up. I've got a lot of canned goods still in the cellar from before, from like last year before. So I'm trying to do other things besides just the same old green beans and tomatoes, stewed tomatoes, tomato juice, that kind of stuff. So I've got a lot of that stuff left over. So this year I'm trying to make other things besides just that. So this year I've got quite a variety going on. I've been making, well, I've done peaches, and I've got green beans. I did a little bit of green beans. I made salsa verde with the tomatillos that we got from the garden. And this is the corn chowder that I made yesterday. And now I'll have my canned corn. And I've got a zucchini ferment that I'm going to begin working on here in just a few minutes. After I clean up this mess, then I'm going to start the zucchini ferment. And I'll bring you back for that one.